So hello. This will be my what is this gonna be? Um, the Veld day one. Veld 20. I should probably have figured out my intro first. This is gonna be Veld 2026 recap, I guess. Um, so hyped for this. So I'm not really gonna. I mean, look, I don't live in Toronto. I'm not really going to mention getting in and out of the in and out of Toronto. What I will say is our Airbnb was actually relatively close to to Downsview, which is kind of nice. The only annoying thing is that, like, let's say our Airbnb is here, and then you kind of go west ish, and then Downsview is kind of here, so it was kind of like straightforward. But at after right, like at 11 p.m. when Velt finished and everybody's going home, getting an Uber is expensive and long. So there was the metro, the subway, but the subway was kind of like the ends of two lines, and then it kind of like swooped down south and then came back up. So it was like an hour long. It was an hour long subway ride. So anyway, we didn't do that throughout the day. We kind of just winged it. First day we took an Uber back to the Airbnb. Second day, part Subway, part Uber, and then third day, part Subway, part Uber. Anyway, that's not really important. I just thought it was kind of funny that our Uber was actually our Airbnb was actually fairly close to Downsview, but the Subway, it was like an hour long ride when an Uber getting Uber was like 20 minutes. It was super convenient. It was a 20-minute Uber ride, if that. It was a bit longer the first day because the traffic was bad on Friday, but it was better Saturday and Sunday because there was less traffic. Um, but anyway, it was also a holiday on Monday. Not that that makes any difference. Anyway, so sorry. Anyway, not important. Wait, why is this is Veld? Veld, yeah. So the one big criticism I'll have, which is a really big criticism, you kind of see. So we're you can't really see it, but out in the middle, behind all of that, behind the white um uh the white tent over there. Beyond that, that's where the circus stage was, like the techno stage, and then the bass stage was kind of like off to the side there. Well, it kind of was kind of annoying. I'm pretty sure I'll have a video of it later. But what actually kind of annoying is if you stuck in a certain, if you stood in a certain spot, and then you can see the main stage is kind of facing that way. All of the stages were kind of facing the same direction, so there were a couple of spots where you could actually stand and hear all three stages at the same time. So the acoustics were kind of garbage. The layout was really nice though because it made it really easy to get from stage to stage, really quickly to get from stage to stage. And there's a bunch of vendors and food stuff everywhere. So the layout of the festival was actually really nice, but the acoustics are kind of garbage. Now, if you were at the stages, right, the music was so loud that you didn't hear anything else. But if you were walking around, you could hear more. You can easily hear more than one DJ playing at the same time, and that is really not the case in at Escapade. It was not the case at Escapade at all. Um, there was a pretty well. How can I put this? There was some times where, as you're walking from stage to stage, you can kind of hear two stages, but it was like one stage stops and then the other stage starts, right? So there's very clear distinction between the two. Whereas with this one, you can walk around a fair bit and hear everything. It was kind of weird. Didn't expect that for Veld, but apparently the layout changed this year versus last year, for acoustically for that kind of thing. Um, and yeah, it's just kind of worse this year. So big 360 of the entrance. You can see the well, yeah, that's me. Super happy. Yeah, this is called the Rainbow. So if that's my friend there. Um, yeah, so Rainbow, if you want to meet up, you just meet up at the Rainbow. That's where it is. See, that's the base stage. And then the hill, again, so the hill on this side, yeah, I didn't notice everything right away because this is my first time here. but the hill on this side faces the bass stage. The hill on the other side here faces the techno stage, the techno house stage. So super nice, again, really nice layout because you can chill on the hill for multiple stages where Escapade doesn't have that. So Beatbox, I don't really care about vendors too much, but Beatbox was there, and they had you can make chokers. The second day, I think you can make a bracelet. The third day, you could have a like a little trucker hat, like a baseball cap, and you can have little things on them. So very nice booth. I don't really care for vendors too much, but this was kind of nice. Also, not that it makes a huge difference. First of all, Beatbox is fantastic. It's very dangerous, but very nice drinks. Second thing that also really impressed me is that I'm just this dude, right? Like I'm just a dude. And then the second day, so we're doing this, and I buy a drink because I never had Beatbox before. It was also the first time in Canada, I believe they said. Like at a booth in Canada. I think they may have been sold before, but this is the first time at a booth at a festival in Canada. But so the first day early in the day, we're just walking around waiting for the music to start. Now I didn't want to listen to Stella Mays. Kind of heard her from that stage. Because the bass stage was like right behind this. So pretty nice from what I heard. We only stayed there for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So good job, Stella. I kind of wanted to see more of her set, but just didn't end up happening. Anyway, ended up buying a Beatbox. And then the Saturday, come back the next day to buy Beatbox. And then the lady working there is like, oh, you were wearing black yesterday. I'm like, oh my God. Now, shot in the dark, 65% of the people are probably wearing black. So, if you're going to have a shot in the dark, if you're going to guess, isn't kind of a safe bet. But, no, but like you can tell, she recognized me, which really impressed me. And then obviously on the Sunday, when I went back again for the third flavor. They were selling 3 flavors. This was not also the only place that was selling Beatbox. Everybody was selling Beatbox. But just go back there because they were nice, and go back on Sunday, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you were Rave Daddy yesterday," because I had a Rave Daddy written on my neck, and then so they recognize me the entire weekend. So good job on the ladies working there. Very impressive. Anyway, so choker was nice. It was like again, just choker, a couple of little charms you can put on there. Can't really see Stella, but she's there, I promise. She had some Instagram posts or TikTok posts saying that she's gonna do something pretty special. This is Bo's the French Canadian. Anyway, it should be Beauz, not X. I didn't notice because French keyboard and everything, but did better than I thought. I listened to him before, just as a kind of like a when the lineup was announced, I kind of listened to a bunch of like a little bit of everybody. I wasn't super like it was techno. It was like techno, but it wasn't really the kind of stuff that I enjoyed too much. It was fine. I mean, there's nothing bad. It was fine, but they did a better job here, I find. So very nice. Very surprised. They also did the after party, which I didn't really go to any after. Not really. I just didn't go to any after party because apparently it was kind of a really annoying to get to. First night, anyway, not important. So again, bows again, and this is Tubular Bells, and then it meshed into some other song that he was playing that I didn't recognize. So, really, really fun transition there. This is the VIP stage, and I don't forget who this is. Four on the floor is Jenny from the block. This is Bo's as well, I believe. And then there's an airport nearby in Downsview, and there are flights every 5 minutes, but you could not hear them at all. So so first people that listened to it was Bo's. This is Maddox. Let's see how this compared to Escapade. Very similar to Escapade. Right away had some BPM. Those two guys have a shirt. My first mix was in the same shirt. This was a State of Trance 25th anniversary shirt. Not cheap. It was not a cheap t-shirt. The t-shirt itself was not a bad price. but the shipping made it brutal. You can see the pink choker down there. That's what she got um, at the beatbox booth. This little pink choker with the charms on it. But yeah, Maddox, not too much different from Escapade, not too much different from his Tomorrowland set. Tons of energy. I found that there's more people there than there was at Escapade, so I found there's a bit more energy from the crowd, but I think it's just because there was more people. I felt they danced a little bit more. It was also warmer. Which is kind of weird. Usually, if it's too warm, it's this is Coming Home. One of my favorite songs this year is Coming Home. I think I mentioned that in the Escapade video as well. So yeah, he played not really too much different from his Escapade or Tomorrowland set. Not a bad thing. Tons of energy, tons of acid, tons of rave, tons of BPM. So did very well. I want to see him again. Again, this is main stage. I don't know if he's played main stage before at Veld, because I think that his Escapade show in June 2026 was his first main stage appearance at Escapade, though I might be wrong with that. But anyway, did a great job. Again, not yeah, he's not like Hardwell where he changes things every every set, but very nicely done for Maddox. Again, more Maddox. The lighting was really weird, by the way. The screens like don't seem to work there. And at one point, I'll mention it later, but at one point, like the same thing, right? It just looks like it stopped working. Looks kind of like a weird AV. In the main stage, the other stages seemed a bit better, but very weird AV at the main stage. It feels like the tech people were kind of either sleeping or anyway, not a huge thing. Again, there's another song. The drops are so long. It takes so long to drop. So a lot of my videos are just like all build up and then stops, and then 3 seconds later, after the video finishes, there was a there was a drop. But yeah. So after that, a friend and I ended up going. Yeah, so that is a view of the good view of everything. It is huge compared to Escapade. Now, EDC, Lollapalooza, like there's videos of Lollapalooza that are just absolutely nuts. Oh, please, my cat's just sitting on my keyboard because he loves doing that. But yeah, so but very big, actually much bigger than Escapade for sure. I stayed at Panteras. There's a meet and greet for one of the local DJs. I think Dirty Happy had a meet and greet, so my friend wanted to go meet him and greet him. So we did that while waiting in line. He was playing a song I liked. I forget what it is. I actually didn't catch the song because by the time I went up there and recorded it, it was something else. But yeah, Panteras seem to have been doing well, and I'm curious to see what he can do. So I will put him on my DJs to see list, right? And yeah, Lost Frequencies. This is the third time I see Lost Frequencies. I will never say no to Lost Frequencies. He is the amazing DJ. His songs were really good. He played his newest songs, Live It All, and actually Live It All. He actually closed with Live It All, if I remember properly. So yeah, and again, the plane there for some reason. I got obsessed with planes. Yeah, so Lost Frequencies near the sunset. Oh, yeah, I was trying to catch the sunset. That's what it was. Because last year at Escapade, he played around sunset time. Now sunset time was like 9. He was played like I think he finished at like 8:30 because it was the solstice last year when he played. This is end of July, so a little bit less sun. So anyway, super not important. But yeah, solid set. I mean, look, he knows what he's doing. I've seen him, like I said, this is the third time I see him. Once in Ottawa, once in Montreal, and then once here in Toronto. More Lost Frequencies. No, I think, yeah, is it Lost Frequencies? Or is this? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, super, again, very, very festival friendly. not, I don't say chill because it's kind of like, still high BPM. The girl on the bottom with the bright red hair is super super nice. Ended up chatting. Our group, our group of friends ended up kind of mingling a little bit with her group of friends, and is super super nice, very friendly. And again, more Lost Frequencies. Um, oh, this is his new song. This is Live It All, and yeah, very very nice. Don't remember hearing this before. It was a new mix of some sort. I don't think it was an. I don't think it's like an unreleased song. I think it's just a mix, a song I haven't heard. But yeah, I mean, look, I can't say bad things about Lost Frequencies. Been doing it for years. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to work the crowd. The crowd is also very nice. Again, like, it was really warm. It was really warm on the Friday, but still very very solid set. Everybody was like liked it. From my impression is that everybody liked it. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. But so okay, I swear to God, the screens are not like black and white screens. They had other colors. See, there you go, green. But it seemed to like the black and white. So unfortunately, we just start unfortunate. Armin van Buren and Yosuke Yukimatsu were playing at the same time, which really annoyed me because I really wanted to see both. So Yosuke Yukimatsu is playing at Il Sanik, which I'm going to go to tomorrow. So I'm like, you know what? First of all, I've been listening to Armin van Buren half my life. This is his most recent song. It's not No Mercy, but yeah, I think it's not No Mercy. It's not Everlasting. Anyway, he did mash up No Mercy and Age of Love. He did that at his Freedom Stage performance at Tomorrowland, I believe, as well. So this was amazing. This is kind of like uh listening to him, like I said, listening to him for like half my life or something like that. Like very like as long as I can remember listening to trance, I've been listening to him. And so I'm like, I can't miss his set. Like it'd be stupid to miss his set. So I stayed for 90% of his set, and then I moved out to the techno stage where I caught the very very end of Yosuke's set. I only left a bit earlier just to go into the VIP section before it filled up for Charlotte DeWitt. But like, look, uh, so back to Harmon. Fantastic set. Sorry, both my cats are here, just kind of being cats. He played. I mean, like he again. He is also a master. He's old. Okay, so first of all, he's 49. I thought he was like 10 years older. Just considering how long he's been around. But the yeah, it was kind of like just being at a one of his podcasts, like his State of Trance podcast. He treated it kind of like that. He talked about State of Trance. He didn't do the song of the song of the week or anything, but or the Service for Dreamers. He didn't do that, but he kind of just little mix of old stuff, little bit. Oh yeah, he played a brand new song which is a little bit more chill. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit more chill, but it did end up like drop. Like there's a drop, and it got more trancy, but yeah. So played a bunch of classics, played a bunch of new songs. This is the live. This is the anthem, the ASOT 1200 anthem, I think, or the 25th anniversary anthem. It's
How are we feeling tonight? Hey, have you ever heard of this radio show called The State of Trance?
it's a song with Richard Durant. Fantastic song. It was amazing because I heard it in like basically every podcast, every State of Trance episode that he's done for the past 6 months. So it's nice to actually hear it live and to get all the crowd going. The crowd absolutely loved him, but like it's also Armin van Buren, so if you're there, like if you're there at a main stage, you're gonna know who he is because you kind of listen to that kind of music. So it was like perfect atmosphere for him. This is also, I believe, the sunset. set. So I believe it became dark as he was playing. So he took advantage of that and just, yeah, absolutely killed it. Um, yeah, bunch of classics, bunch of new songs, bunch of like techno-y stuff that he's kind of doing. You're kind of playing like No Mercy and a few other songs that are a bit more techno-y. Yeah, no, this was, I don't want to say the dream come true, but this was like, in my DJ bucket list, he was definitely there. Actually, a fun combo. I forget what the combo is. Oh, John Summit and Lethal Company. Yeah, yeah. It was kind of interesting. I don't think I've heard that mashup before. If he played it at his Tomorrowland, like either of his Tomorrowland sets, I don't remember hearing that, which is possible. It's possible, but yeah. John Summit, Where You Are, and Lethal Company, the Tiesto song, or I think it's Lethal Company. If it's not Lethal Company, it's just Lethal. But yeah, fun, fun combo. At least I think it's Lethal. Not important. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, it was fantastic. It was kind of like oddly intimate considering how many people were there. It was it was kind of like what you expect it would be. Very epic, very festivally, um, tons of energy, tons of like positive vibes. He gave energy, the crowd gave it back. Uh, oh god, it was. I want to see him again. Obviously, obviously, I want to see him again. But yeah, I saw him. I actually scratched off 3 DJs from my bucket list this weekend, or not this weekend. It was a couple weekends ago. But no, it was last weekend. Not important. Um, yeah. So from my bucket list, there's 3 DJs I saw during Veld. So yay, I'm happy. Well, from like high up on my bucket list, put it that way, because there's a few people I saw that like there's a bunch of different other DJs I saw. It's nice to see them, but not in the same league as Armin van Buren, Charles DeWitt, Miss Monique. Yeah, just look, I enjoyed myself. Tons of videos. The laser show. See, this is I think this is the first time I see the laser show. There was I think it's the first time there was lasers. So like, what do you AV people? What the hell? like, okay, you get the screens going nuts. Okay, fine, that's fine. But yeah, oh, it was so nice. It was so good. What was also really weird that is not the case at Escapade is that you can see the VIP area is bigger. It's actually much bigger. It was busier, but you still had space to dance. The crowd seemed a bit more respectful of your space, and they didn't like try to crowd you. Now I wasn't like at the rails at the front, so maybe a little bit different up at the front. I did spend some time there, but not obviously not. I'm not at the front of the VIP section. But yeah, with Escapade, it seems like everybody's just trying to crowd to get to the front of the VIP section. Whereas, and so you can get kind of, uh, it can be kind of cramped, but it'd be kind of cramped. If you're a bit further back, you're fine. But it's not in the same. Even here, when you're a bit further up, there's some times where I was at the rail at the front of the VIP section, but people were still kind of giving you, a little bit of space on either side so you can dance. It's nice, nice atmosphere. Yeah. So this is Charlotte DeWitt. I will not even pretend to not be biased for this. It was a ridiculously good set. It was very similar to her Tomorrowland set. But obviously more songs because it's about 30 minutes longer than Tomorrowland set. But she played some of the like she started with techno code. Did this just repeat? No, next should be fine. Yeah, it started with Technocode, had the like the some of the more recognizable songs. She played Movimiento. I don't remember if that was at Tomorrowland or not, but she played some recognizable songs. She played some of the stuff that she, a lot of her stuff from her from from Context, from her record label. So yeah, I just like these are actually pretty cool, and because it was dark by now, I just like the 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 late light trails. But yeah, and like she turned, yeah, this is just a panning shot of the the stage. She turned the entire stage into like a massive rave. Um, it felt very warehousey. And like the thing, I don't know why. Like she's always very comfortable in everything I've seen, but with her Tomorrowland set, she seemed like she was just having so much fun. It seemed a bit different. Yeah, it sounds like a Tomorrowland set. It seemed a bit different, and then the light show was actually kind of fun. You can see here, like imagine this is in a warehouse. Like this is exactly what this is. Um, it in Tomorrowland, it seemed like she was just having so much fun. Not that she's normally not having fun. It just seemed like a bit more relaxed. Maybe it might just be my own brain being weird, and it had that same feeling here. Like an hour and a half, she's just like mixing for herself there. She's just mixing for herself, having fun, and then there's a few thousand people in front of her just rocking out, just going nuts. And I don't know if you can see it because it's a little bit dark and my camera isn't the best, but like everybody was moving. Like again, people were in the back here. I was at the VIP, so the VIP section, there was the AV booth right in the back of the area, and then on either section of the either side of the VIP the AV booth, there are VIP sections. So there's two VIP sections. It was actually the first year they had a VIP section, which is kind of nice, but it's probably going to change next year. I'm thinking they're just going to put it in front of the AV booth, but anyway, not important. Yeah, so it's a little bit further away, and yet this they had the nice little canopy thing going, which made it feel kind of nice. It's kind of it had the yeah prayer for the dance floor. There you go, that'd be a recognizable song. It so this is not covered, by the way. It's not like the Escapade techno stage that had like the tent thing. This is just a little canopy just for design, but it's open air. There's no roof. It's just too it would be too big for that kind of tent. But yeah, so you have that. It's a nice little design, but unfortunately the scaffolding or the pillars got in my way of my view, and it was busy at the VIP on both VIP sections, so couldn't really move too much. But you know what? Doesn't matter. The music sounds the same regardless of where you were. And yeah, like I said, she had like you can see everybody's moving. People in the back near me were walking to the hill, either to chill on the hill or to go to Subtronics was also playing. So this is kind of like yeah, my friend again. She did not like it too much. That's not her type of yeah. Again, the light show. Not that I'm a big light show person, but like perfect mood with the song. Right, perfect mood with the song. Oh, I just want to go back. Yeah, which actually kind of sad. Well, kind of annoying is that in the same sense that with Escapade there was a Chaos, Katana, and Marta playing at the same time. The three closers for the Friday was Charlotte DeWitt on a techno stage, Fisher on the main stage, and Subtronics on the bass stage. So like, like it's not a nice it's an amazing lineup, but again it's just like having how do you make that choice, right? I picked Charlotte DeWitt because I never seen her before because I never saw her before and I wanted to, but it was just kind of it's a hard choice, but it's I always say it's better to have that kind of choice than to have not enough people, right? And the fact that Veld could get Fisher and Charlotte DeWitt and Subtronics playing at the same time, and that's like it's that strong of a lineup, is actually pretty good for them. But yeah, no, yeah, having so much fun. Master at Work, ridiculously good set. Like I said, I didn't even try to be, I didn't try to be unbiased. It was just fantastic. It was exactly what you expect from her, driving peak time techno with some acid, just sort of rave energy from start to finish. Um, yeah, I want to see her again, but she rarely comes to Canada. She came to Stereo in Montreal back in March, I think, or April, but those sold out in I don't know, like 20 seconds, like honestly. And I'm not joking when I say they sold out in 20 seconds. Bots got all the tickets because Stereo is a relatively small club. And apparently it was an amazing, but amazing set. But I get to see her here, so I'm very, very happy. So day two, now that we have seen the layout. We've seen what can happen. Yeah, so this is where Frank Walker. I saw Frank Walker in Escapade. This set was a bit better, if only because out of memory, he kind of did less of the. Here you go. We moved up to the front row. Actually, we met up with someone else, and then we went to grab a drink at the beatbox, which is when the lady recognized me, and then we went back to the front row with Frank Walker, and yeah, so solid set. Like, look, solid set. Like I said, he has like main stage energy. That's kind of what he wants out of his career. He's got it. He just has to, he just has to keep playing, get noticed, and he will be. If he closes a set like a festival, or a main stage, he's gonna, the crowd's gonna go nuts. The one thing about him, yeah, same energy as Escapade. I forget what the song is, but I think it's like a song. I don't think it's a song. Oh no, it is a song I recognize. Oh yeah, it's his Makina Time remix. I think it's Fisher's Makina Time remix that he's just integrated into his set. Because I don't think it was really. I don't remember it being. Yeah, because he didn't play that at Escapade. If he played that, I completely missed it. But yeah, I think it was Fisher's Makina Time remix. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so from memory, he didn't really jump up onto the decks and like yell, 3, 2, 1, drop. He didn't do that as much as in Escapade, because Escapade every like song and a half, every 2 songs, he would get on the mic, and say, "Put your hands up, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, bong," and then there was a drop. And then like a song and a half, 2 songs later, he did that, and the song he did that like a bunch of times at Escapade. He didn't do it as much here, so it's more about the music. And the crowd, you can see the crowd's enjoying it. It was a lot of fun. He, like I said, he's got main stage energy. So if he wants to control the crowd, he can do that. He's not very, like I said, kind of like, if you don't know Frank Walker. Oh, the thing with Frank Walker is I'm kind of happy for him because he is from Toronto. And he, yeah, my friend trying to have fun with the fan. He's from Toronto. And so playing in front of a hometown crowd, it was really fun for him. He said I'm assuming he was fun. It was fun for him. That's what he said. You could actually feel those flames. Not that is a surprise to anybody, but even when you were like much further back, you could actually feel those flames. And then the dude in white is Alexander Stewart, I think. Anyway, in the same way that during Escapade, he was the only person that I saw that brought on like a guest. Same thing here. I don't remember anybody else bringing a guest on, or like for a special appearance, for a duet, for a B2B or anything like. No, that's not true. Subtronics did that, but I didn't see that. Levity came in. Came in at the very end of Subtronics' set, apparently. I was listening to Charlotte DeWitt, so I didn't see that. But he's the only person I saw that brought on a guest. So that's my outfit for day 2. Stars on one side, Rave Daddy on the other. Just grooving out, just having so much fun. Next, I think, is Cream. Yeah. So after Frank Walker, we decided to go around, try to find more merch. So not at front center for Cream. Cream absolutely killed it. They're good. They know what they're doing. I think they played the after show as well. They also played earlier today in Montreal at Ilsenic. But not that it matters because I'm not there. But yeah, very solid, very good. I've heard them a bunch, just random songs here and there. Fantastic duo, I believe. Yeah. So here we're in line. We're in line to wait for shirts. Yeah, and then they ended up playing. I think it's Annihilation. Their collab with Korolova. Very good. So yeah, so we got the shirts or whatever we want to get, and then we're back at the VIP section. But yeah, very, like I said, very solid, very good, very. They've been doing it for a while. This actually is an Age of Love remix. Yeah, if you can see Age of Love, or if you can hear Age of Love in that, good luck. um, our crew looked gorgeous. I don't think that's the lady with the red hair from day one. I think it's just some random guy that was just walking by in the VIP section. Just said our crew looked gorgeous. Um, we were wearing. Oh, today the something that Velt did that Escapade didn't do is they had themes. Day one theme was Y2K. Day two theme is Enchanted Forest. I didn't really care about Enchanted Forest. I was dressing for Miss Monique. And then day three was Thunderdome, which I actually liked my Thunderdome outfit. I do show it. I took a photo. I don't know if I took any videos, but anyway, not super important. This is still. Oh, I think this is. If this is not Cream, this is Galantis. Galantis is next. Yeah, there you go. Galantis time. I am not the biggest Galantis fan from my previous experience. However, they really, really did a great job at Veld. They did a great job at Veld. The just the energy they had, the remixes they chose to play. Because the last time I saw them was at Escapade a few years back. I just didn't really like their picks, their song picks. Um, oh yeah, the lady there in green. Oh my god, she had a lot of attention. She looked gorgeous, and I think she probably would have won the. There's no. I don't think she would have won anything. I don't think there's a contest, but yeah, I know she got a lot of attention for her costume. She was gorgeous. Yeah, she went all out for the Enchanted Forest day. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I just didn't like their song picks. The first time around I heard them, I tried to listen. I listened to some other sets that they played at various other festivals, but this is still the best one. Easily, yeah, the best Galantis set I've heard. They, I don't know, they just picked like better bangers. I find the remixes they had were just a little bit nicer, a little bit more energy. Maybe I was just used to them, but yeah. This is Genesi. Yeah, so I came in a bit early to Genesi because Miss Monique was playing. Gotta learn how to shuffle. Yeah, I'm probably not going to, but I do want to learn how to shuffle. So, Genesi there, and then just more people just shuffling and enjoying themselves. This was, yeah, I think they may have met just because they were shuffling as a group having fun. But yeah, just that. So this is like a 15-minute break between Genesi and Miss Monique. So, just looking at the hill, you can see the hill there. Definitely want to see more of Genesi whenever I can. They played the after party or the after show as well at I forget what club, Rebel, doesn't matter. But yeah, no. So Genesi, I think it releases a lot of songs on Miss Monique's label, and I think they worked on Nomasita. And this is Miss Monique. Again, I will be biased. Like, there's no way I'm gonna not be biased for this. She's been my favorite DJ for number of years now, and seeing her was absolutely amazing. She gave the same type of energy you expect from her. Like she, um, not one song was like it's just like an hour and a half later, and I'm like, oh, Art Bat's playing. Can like you come back on, please? And then I really like Art Bat, right? Also, kind of fun is that day, early that day, Carl B released Sione Records released an EP from Carl B with 3 songs, and this is Party Starter, I think. So she played the song that was like released brand new. Although I'm pretty sure she has no issues playing unreleased songs, but it's kind of noted to have to see that song was released, and she played it later that day. I also didn't realize it at the time, but this is going to be a sunset set with Miss Monique, so it's kind of special. And yeah, oh god, it's just her energy, her vibrancy, her song picks, just so much fun, just so good. You can see like the thing with also with the techno stage there is that if you're just like a fan of music and you just want to go to something to do and there's tickets available, you're going to go to the main stage. If you're here or at the base stage, you kind of know the people you're seeing generally, right? So everybody knew Miss Monique. Well, presumably everybody knew Miss Monique or was familiar with her in some way. And yeah, she got the crowd moving again, just like kind of like Charlotte DeWitt. The yeah crowd was really nice to her. She gave all this energy, and she got it back. Everybody was enjoying themselves. Yeah, everybody's enjoying themselves. Me, I was enjoying myself also. So I can't really there's not really anything bad you can say, right? She played her newer songs. The only thing I guess maybe she didn't play "Are You There?" or "Are You Is Anyone There?" She didn't play that, but that's not really a festival song. But she played "Nomacita." She played "Girls on the Floor," which is a brand new song that she made with Volcoder. I think it's her newest release officially. Um, yeah, with her name on it. I think she played "Nomacita." She played that. Obviously played a whole bunch of other stuff. No, this is not a biorhythm show, so unfortunately, no prophecy. She played Hot Sauce. There you go. No prophecy and no Age of Love remix, but she did play Blade. She ended up playing Blade as well, so that's a lot of fun. Her I don't know if it's her version or some melodic techno version of Blade or Blood Rave or whatever you want to call the name of the song. It's actually no, I forget what the name of the song is. But anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, see, sunset set. Like I didn't realize the sun had gone down until after this video. I mentioned it in a caption. But yeah, green everywhere. I was dressed for her. Just in green everywhere. That's why I was like green hat, green mesh thing, green on my neck. It was also really hard to get rid of that writing, by the way, and that star and those stars. But yeah, no. This if Charlotte had like a warehouse feel, this definitely had a festival feel. Um, Very similar. Yeah, Sunset set with Miss Monique, enjoying my life. Yeah, this again is a very similar feel to her Tomorrowland set from the week before. Yeah, she played Biorhythm weekend one, and then she played a main stage weekend two. So very similar feel to her weekend two set from Tomorrowland main stage. And yeah, no, I mean, look, if you're gonna see someone, go see her. That's kind of my friend, my poor friend followed me to Miss Monique. She's like, "We'll support you," because they know that she's my favorite DJ, and they didn't enjoy it as much as I did, but they stayed for the entire set. So thank you. No, they stayed for most of the set. We I think Crank, yeah, Art Bat. They made for They stayed for most of the set. They went to I think the base stage to meet up with other people. Yeah, and so that's the end of the set. Oh, just fantastic! It's just so good. It's so good. Yeah. So I don't. Same thing with the Escapade sets. I'm not really going to rate the performances. It's I think my three fate. Well, most surprising set was Lazebo. Lazebo. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. This one is probably my. I don't between her and Charlotte having the. I don't know who has. I don't know what my favorite set was between her and Charlotte. Um, it's a tough call, and probably Armin had like a absolutely fantastic set as well. Sarah Langio was a lot of just a lot of really nice things. And then Art Bat, I stayed with Art Bat for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I think, half an hour. Because I decided to go meet my group of friends for Crank That. But yeah, so again, main stage performers for some I don't yeah. So this is also what was playing at this. I actually forget who was playing on the main stage during day two there. But yeah, Art Bat did again fantastic job. Nothing I can't complain about Art Bat. It's yeah like they opened with some of their more popular stuff, and yeah they did. Why am I doing this? I have the app. Yeah, so they sorry. Yeah, I mean like it's Art Bat. Like you've heard Art Bat. You know what they're like. you're not really going to hear something that you weren't going to hear. Again, I stayed for the first third. The last hour may have ended up being really really oh my cat's just being so bizarre. Um, oh yeah, see, it's kind of sad also because Above and Beyond was playing at the same time as Miss Monique, so I missed Above and Beyond. Although I'm not really regretting that choice. And then Illenium was closing the main stage, and then Cragdat was the base stage, and then Artbat was the techno stage. So like super hard decisions, right? First day, day one you had Charlotte DeWitt, Subtronics, and Fisher, and then day two you have Crankdat, Illenium, and Artbat. Not really a nice choice to make. But anyway, like I said, after that, after Artbat, went to the washroom because I needed to do that, and then met up with a group of friends at Crankdat who are fairly big bass heads. So they were happy with Crankdat. Really fun, kind of wild, but yeah, really fun. Crankdat's also playing. I think this is last week, but I think he played like 4 different shows since then. It's just crazy because I think he was at Electric Island, and then he was at Elements, and he was somewhere else. I think. Anyway, he played a bunch of shows in the past week. But yeah, no, nothing bad. It's just really wild. Yeah, the energy he had is just crazy. I don't know what those clouds are in the, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, the light show is the you can tell, and the same thing happened at Escapade. You can tell that they put more effort in. That Veld put more effort into the bass stage than the techno stage because it's bigger, it's longer. You have the screens there that you don't have. I guess you have screens in Circus Stage, but not as big. And then after that, there was like 20 minutes. So Crank That finished 20 minutes at 10:40, 10:45. And then so we went to see Elenium just to finish off his set, which was always nice to see Elenium. He is absolutely amazing. And I'm happy that he was closing that day. And you can see the amount of people in front of this, like, it's just super full. And yeah, really nice. And back where we were, we couldn't feel the flames there. but yeah, no, very nice set as always. Like I'm hoping that the next time that I want that hat, by the way, that glowy hat. I'm just really hoping that the next time I see the chance to watch Elenium, I actually like don't have any competing DJs to see, because yeah, because he's super good. He's so good. This is not the end. I don't think this is the end of his set, but his end of the set kind of looked like that with the fireworks. Yeah, no. I guess it was the end of his set. Yeah, getting back to the Airbnb after day 2 was a bit of a pain. Yeah, someone Instagramming stuff. So, yeah, look, okay, so the thing with this day is I ended up leaving earlier, and then some, like, my friends caught up with me later. Mostly, but it just kind of ended up being that way. Man's on Strong was good. Just sort of standard house, tech house. Nice opener is good for them. They basically had the entire crowd. One other thing that I found really weird, yeah, Lazaro. So I'll mention they surprised me more than I thought they would, because I've seen clips and stuff of them. Sorry, my cat just decided to delete crap. No, it's just okay. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, there's you go. That's my fit for day 3. Is Thunderdome. I had these, like, I don't know, PVC pants and the shirt there. Yeah, so they surprised me. Really fun, good energy. They kind of have the luxury of having the lady with, like, jump around with the mic and talk and kind of get energy going vocally, and then the other DJ just playing stuff. Whereas normally, like for Frank Walker, he has to do everything. He has to play the music and do the hype work. if he wants to do the hype work. Whereas because they were two, they had that opportunity. So yeah, this is Lazewo. I think Dana Vici next. No, Pedro next. So Pedro, I think, was a local DJ. Yeah, so I kind of want to see them again. Lazewo. I don't know their tour dates. I don't know when they're gonna come. But if you're gonna, they're also gonna be openers to mid lineup DJs. I think, unless they really really blow up in the next year. So it'd be a good opportunity to go a bit earlier to see someone you haven't seen. Yeah, Pedro. This is a techno stage, obviously. There you go. You can see the little canopy that there is that I mentioned earlier. It's still like very much open air. It just has a little design to make it feel like it's got a I don't know. Oh yeah, the dude's dancing. So what was I going to say? Yeah. So we had no VIPs at techno stage. That was kind of weird. This is kind of like a little weird story there, but despite lack of dancing, Danzo was doing a great job getting hard techno energy going. Yeah, so Dana Vici, Lily Palmer, Sarah Landry ended up playing later there. So he got it. He got the crowd going really. Or he gave a good preview of what was to come. So one thing that I find kind of weird about Veld, and I prefer Escapade, is that when Veld opens at 3, yeah, Techno Adagio was actually kind of interesting. It was a weird mix. There was Adagio, but it kind of like it was a anyway, not important. When Veld opens at 3, only the main stage has a DJ. They still play music here and at the techno stage, at the bass stage, but it's just like music over the speakers, not a DJ playing. And then so an hour later, or like in the case of Sunday, 2 hours later, Pedro started at 5, even though the doors opened at 3. So there's like an hour to 2 hours on the bass stage and the techno stage that don't have any DJs playing, which I find kind of weird. It's not like Velt doesn't have the funds for that, and it's not like Toronto doesn't have good DJs to choose from. So it's a little bit of a weird choice. I prefer I prefer how Escapade does it, where as soon as the doors open, people are playing. So yeah, no, it's a weird satisfaction mix. The Adagio was pretty clear. The satisfaction was a bit weird. So yeah, so that I find that kind of weird for Veld. I don't know why they do it that way. Now, on the flip side of that, it's also really nice if you're like for Manzone is Strong is actually very good for them, because anybody that comes in, there's only one option, right? This you're gonna go see them. I think maybe they do that so that people can come in and look around the vendors, do some of the vendor stuff like activities, and then music starts later. I'm not sure, but why not just have the option? To me, right? This is kind of weird. Yeah, so I heard a couple of Dana Vici sets on YouTube. She goes hard. Oh my god! And this is like 6 o'clock basically. And like I said, you see, no foreplay, all BPM. Like she went nuts from the start. Channeling Charlotte, but yeah, Age of yeah, I couldn't. This is No Division, by the way. It's No Division. So go listen to Charlotte DeWitt's version of No Division and then come back here. It's just insane. It's absolutely crazy. She went hard, like, yeah, it's nuts. I think I stayed for, oh yeah, I stayed for about half her set, and then my friends kind of got to the festival, so I went and joined them a little bit later for Disco Lines. But yeah, no, this is just absolutely nuts. If you want like hard techno with guitars and like heavy metal screams, and yeah, it's just nuts. That was kind of like tame for her. That was tame. But having said that, really, really happy for her, because she's another local DJ. I think she comes from Toronto, or she works out of Toronto. So very nice there. So this is the last video, because what happened was, met up with my friends. Disco Line was playing. Had a couple drinks by then, but uh, we went around to walk a little bit because day three had the trucker hats at the beatbox booth, and that was the longest line of every vendor, of course. And so I got one. I got a I got a hat for someone when I got into when I got there. And then when my friends got there, other people wanted hats. So we went we got more hats basically. And during the Disco Lines set, so I didn't really get anything Disco Lines. I didn't really get any Disco Line stuff. So not really. I can't really comment on Disco Lines. I was very curious to see because I wasn't really paying attention anyway. I was very curious to see if his Tomorrowland set was actually really really good. If it would be more like his Tomorrowland set or more like his standard stuff, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So I can't comment on that. From what I heard, it was okay, but I don't really see anything else from there. So Mau P. So I wanted to see Lily Palmer, but we were at VIP stage and just started chatting with someone, and so stayed at Mau P. Lily Palmer was playing at the same time, but Mau P was staying there. Stayed for Mau P. Fantastic set. He was like I think one of the breakout DJs from last year, or at least one of the more popular DJs from last year. He did a fantastic job. Again, main stage energy, good songs, good song choice, really really nice. So yeah, if you're gonna if you have the chance to see him, go see him. I mean, you're gonna be happy. Nothing bad to say about Mau P. Here's the thing, rain in Mau P. The rain part that didn't. It started raining, and then yeah, and then that didn't stop. It just kept raining and kept raining and kept raining. It got it got really nasty. So I didn't. And my phone is water resistant and not necessarily waterproof. So this is the last video I have, and it's like 8 o'clock or something like that. 8:30, something like no. This is be no. This would be like around 8 o'clock or something. 8:10, 8:15, something like that. So this is the last video I have. I don't have anything later for him, and I don't have anything from Sarah Landry, just because it got if you if you really want to know, go on like Instagram or TikTok and then just write Veld Day 3. You'll see what it was like. It was absolutely nuts. It was nuts. But Sarah Landry kicked ass. Like Sarah Landry just did what Sarah Landry did. She didn't come here to play nice. Um, Driving hard techno the entire time, tons of energy. Crowd was enjoying it. She was enjoying it. She was like just walking up and dancing around like she she looked like she had fun. And the rain did not stop. It made it even more. It's kind of like the first scene in Blade. Imagine like just take the blood out and just put like massive amounts of rain, and that's kind of what it was. It was absolutely fantastic. The ponchos didn't really. I didn't have a poncho because I didn't really care. The ponchos didn't really do anything. It was just that much rain. I had a fanny pack. You saw it earlier in my fit check, but that didn't help. Everything inside was wet anyway. It was nasty rain. But having said that, absolutely fantastic set. To like, I want to see her again, just under better circumstances. But yeah, no, absolutely like kick ass. Like she Sarah Landry. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, and everybody there knew what she was doing, and she did it well. She she yeah, no, I can't really. I don't really remember um too many of the songs she played, just because it was just weird night. Um, so I don't know if she played Angel Dust, but she played Winter Gordon, um, Dirty Talk, which is really fun. A bunch of other stuff, obviously. So yeah, I want to see her again. Don't know when I'll be able to see her again, but definitely recommend her. Absolutely, especially if you like just that kind of raw, like hard techno stuff. like dark hard techno is just it's like very gothic, super super fun. And then that was it. That was the end of the day. Um, yeah, the getting back home. So that rain like created like lakes in 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 the at the venue at Downsview Park. Getting home, like I tripped and there's like mud everywhere on my pants. Yeah, I know it, it was it was pretty gnarly, but it was a lot of fun. It was tons of fun. So yeah, my first Veld experience was amazing. I will absolutely be going back next year. No question about that. I don't really care who the DJs are, who the performers are. They're gonna be good DJs. I know that for sure. Because if you're gonna get this, if you're gonna have a competition between Charlotte DeWitt competition, if you can have the choice between Charlotte DeWitt and Subtronics and Fisher to close day one, and then Artbat and Crankdat and Illenium to close day two, and Slander and Deadmau5 and Cascade and Sarah Landry to close day three, like you're gonna have good acts next year, right? Like it's, yeah, no, it's really really nice. I do hope they fix the. Oh, is there fireworks? Is it fireworks show today? Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, I do hope they fix the acoustic thing, the weirdness that they had. It's just a little weird, I find. But yeah, no, the layout was good. The VIP section was good. I it was not a cheap weekend overall because the Airbnb wasn't super cheap, but it was convenient. The tickets were actually fairly cheap considering, which is very impressive. And then the merch and the drinks were kind of, I mean, like festival stuff, so it was more expensive than it should have been. But yeah, overall, super super happy. Like I said, my favorite, the most surprising set was Lazo. Yeah, I definitely want to see them live again, just because they it was a bit harder to find. Like I heard some songs here and there, but I don't think I heard a set. He's one of the only people I didn't hear a set for which I didn't hear a set. But yeah, no, very nice work from them. Yeah, my favorite sets are probably Miss Monique and Charlotte DeWitt and Erwin van Buren, and it would be hard to choose which one I preferred out of Miss Monique and Charlotte DeWitt. Just because, and like I said, I'm not gonna try to be unbiased with that. It's just what it is. But yeah, no, my first Veld experience was absolutely fantastic. I will recommend this. Absolutely recommend that. It seems like it's a bigger festival than Escapade, right? Like I said, I think I said in my my Escapade video, I think I said that Ottawa is kind of looked at as being a small big city or a big small city. And so Escapade kind of follows suit, right? It's like a big small festival or a small big festival. This is not that. This has big festival feel to it. Um, I thought, yeah. So we'll see what the layout is like next year, and the lineup is going to be probably crazy as well. And again, I, the problem to have at a festival is like, who do I see, right? And I had that problem at this festival. There's a bunch of people I wanted to see that I couldn't see because there were other people I wanted to see more. So, um, if that's not a good advertisement for the festival, I don't know what is. So yeah, so all of that. I hope you enjoyed my rambling for the past hour or so. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you were there and if you enjoyed day 3 evening and what happened there. But yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my explanation, my recap. It was a lot of fun. I can't say more good things because I've said them all. I only feel bad because I didn't take more videos at the of Mel P and Sarah Landry. But again, my phone is not waterproof, and I had issues getting home because my phone was all weird. But anyway, this is a different story for a different day. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Probably is Sanik, because I should be there tomorrow. All right, bye.